Hey, this is Ben, day 5 in the Art of Peace practice. So it's 6 a.m. And the two things that are most interesting to me sensationally are light and sound. Well, I shouldn't say most interesting. Those are the things that jumped out right away. The silence of the streets and the volume of the insects, the crickets in particular. Light and shadow just because the night dominates the space. It's punctuated by little lights here and there, but darkness dominates. To my east, essentially at a 45-degree angle to where I'm sitting, is the night sky. There's a towering red and white skinny triangle all the way up, towering above everything else. It's a radio tower, but it's a very skinny triangle. It's just straight up. It's like if someone took a sewing needle and inverted it. Just put it straight up. Sewing needle straight up into the sky with one red light on top, 3 in the middle, and then 2 down below that. And then further down, the lights don't blink, they just stay constant. To the right is just a really bright star. It's interesting contrast. Space in between. Space in between. So yesterday we were talking about the breath, inhale, the exhale, and the space in between. Notice your feet, pelvis, core, heart space, throat, top of your head. I always like traveling. When you travel, or when I travel, I experience it as the space in between what's coming next. And I really like that space because I feel like I can kind of do whatever I want. Like I have free time. I have nothing imposed on me other than time spent getting from here to there. Immediately I'm reminded of Fort Polk, Louisiana. And I hated that. Oh, it's 2 days of JR, no. It's some long acronym for joint training, where, the Army comes together as a whole and goes through battle rhythms. Anyway, for the most part, I hated it, and I look forward to the downtime, the time in between training. My favorite thing to do is pack a big dip, Skull, wintergreen, pack a big dip, and watch a movie. It's just the best. And there was something about that time in between all the bullshit. It just felt very free and liberating. I could do whatever I want. And I felt very creative. I got to do whatever I wanted to, and it just felt nice. Space in between, space in between. Take a deep breath in, slowing it down, and really slow the inception of air into your mouth. Just take your time breathing it in really slow, and then big huge circle, take your time letting the air out. And see if you can start to feel the sensation of your body moving as you breathe. So as you inhale, see if you can feel any movement in like center of gravity. So maybe you feel your front a little bit more, and then as you exhale, maybe you start to feel your back a little bit more, and then, in between the inhale and the exhale, there's kind of the movement of the breath changing direction. So like as you breathe in, you can feel your breath slowing down as you get to the top of your inhale, and then as you exhale, you can kind of feel your breath just kind of leaving, just down it goes, and maybe you start moving a little bit, kind of shifting the body weight forward on the inhale, feeling the way it shifts, and then as you breathe in, breathe up, 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 and then as you exhale, try to keep that long spine as you settle into your rear. Inhale. Exhale. Now find a stable position. Play around with it a little bit. It's your feet or your ground, pelvis, core, heart space, throat, top of the head. Just feel this for a second. If you take your right arm and stick it straight out to your right side, notice its weight. Notice its cost to you energetically to hold right there. And then whenever you're ready, as long as it feels okay, just take your arm and send it straight up. Just send it straight up. Notice the effort required to hold it up. If you feel negative sensation anywhere in the body, any kind of holding, soften into your feet, soften into your ground, your pelvis, your core, your heart space, especially heart space, shoulder blades, especially shoulder blades. And just notice the hand straight up in the air on a soft alignment. Drop it back down. Notice the cost to you as you drop it down. Perpendicular to the ground. Take it up. You might experience, that it costs a little bit more to hold your hand out to the right than it does to hold it straight up over your center of gravity. It's a particular type of personal training called Resistance Training Specialist, RTS. So they study resistance and how it works at different moments in time. And in their study of resistance, they've recognized something called a moment arm. And a moment arm is the resistance, the distance between the resistance and the center. And if the moment arm, the greater the moment arm, the greater the experience of the resistance, the least or closer to zero the moment arm, the less you feel the resistance. And it's experiential. So they study it from the perspective of the resistance. As the moment arm grows, the resistance grows. As the moment arm decreases, the resistance decreases. And the idea is you study these aspects in your body. You study how to align your body with the greatest amount of efficiency. And the greatest amount of efficiency is recognizing zero, recognizing where resistance is heaviest, where resistance is lightest, and interacting with it. Like the breath, it's not the inhale is better than the exhale is better than the inhale. It's all of the above. Right now, if you breathe in, you'll reach the limit of your inhale. A place where you cannot go any further. You just can't do it. You can play around at that edge, but you'll notice it's not very comfortable, sustainable. And you drop all the way down. It feels good. But if you keep dropping, keep dropping, keep dropping, keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling to the point that you're compressing your body, and now your body's saying, whoa, breathe in, that's also not sustainable. So it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What's neat about the back and forth is the space between. Zero. All right, the fifth. Let's see here, where do I go? The fifth stanza in the Art of Peace. If you have not linked yourself to true emptiness, you will never understand the art of peace. If you have not linked yourself to true emptiness, you will never understand the art of peace. King, out.